Greetings, everyone. Just thought I'd come over here and uh, have a little family talk. Um, and I know sometimes family talk can be rough, sometimes family talk can be uncomfortable, but we have to have the family talk. Um, I want to talk about today as far as the government. And we know that the government uses us when it's convenient for them. And I know sometimes we feel like the government is on our team. And sometimes we feel like we need the government. But in actuality, the government needs us. Because if we just start working and just start paying our bills like Canada, then America would come to a screeching halt. Um, but at the same time, I do, it's just some stuff just been like really been on my head, as far as a family. And I know some of us are close to our family, and some of us don't even want to be bothered with the family. But sometimes family can make you feel like you're the outcast. And sometimes family will say that they love you, but their actions really don't matter to what they're saying. And sometimes we as people, we want to be accepted by family because those are the closest people that's to us. And sometimes we, as human beings, want that love from our family. And sometimes family can make you feel unwanted. Sometimes family can make you feel like question yourself, like, am I really part of this family? Because sometimes, and I said moreover, you got family members that are um, fake bougie, upper class Negroes, think they're better than someone just because they got a house, cars, and money, and that stuff gonna perish just like you. Because the scriptures say, wherever a man heart, that's his treasure. And sometimes we, as people, we hunger for love because when you hunger for love, you're gonna show up for family. You're gonna want to be accepted. You want to go around them, but they don't want to be bothered with you. And sometimes family can really make you feel uncomfortable. And this is supposed to be people that have the same blood as you. And sometimes you have to take a step back because family is worse off than an enemy because they close to you, but those the same one that will cut your throat and be looking and laughing at with you at the same time. Sometimes we as family members, sometimes we want to show up for family. Sometimes we want to be there for family. Sometimes we just want to vent to family members. But everybody you just can't vent to. I'd rather vent to a rattlesnake, a pit bull, and a king cobra because I know they're not listening. And sometimes family will get in your life just to see how you living and see how you're still providing for yourself and still pushing on, even though you had hiccups in your life. And sometimes family will use you for their gain to make you feel like less than nothing, but they want to elevate themselves because they want to feel like they accomplished something in life. And this is just family. And like I say, always say, this is family talk. This is nothing try to downplay anybody or hurt anybody's feelings. But if I hurt your feelings, ask me, do I care? You just ask me, because I'm gonna give you the same answer. I don't care. And you know, and I had a conversation with my cousin. And the conversation went like this. He said, now, not remind you, I got family in the same area code, same facility. Don't nobody call. So my cousin tells me, Ronnie, the family don't mess with you is because uh, you talk against homosexuality and you know the family is gay. But like I told him, I said, listen, I have my standards. And before I even go any further, I have a log in my eye just like the next person. Things I have to work on. But God set standards. And he tells me that, you know, you don't know what to say out your mouth. You are inconsiderate because the family is gay and I have to accept it. And I told him the conversation went on. I said, well, I don't have to accept anything. That's not my preference and that's not what I'm not going to accept because you all might accept it, but that don't mean I have to accept it. And he continued to try to beat me down, and I'm standing on what's right. God made man and woman, and the world always want to seem like everything is right, everything is copacetic, everything is cool. But one thing I've noticed is when you stand up for something and you do not bend, you do not break, but it seems like when you bending, people think you're going to break, but you still stand 10 toes down. They make you the bad person. They make you the person that's the abuser. They make you the person that um, go around thrashing people with their mouth. Now, I do want to say, I don't hate gay people. I don't. And like I told him, I hate the deeds of the people because the deeds are wicked. And I had the conversation was steady going on. But and I told him, I said, well, he said the family don't mess with you. I said, and I told him, I said, just to let you know, I'm not gonna lose no sleep. I'm not gonna toss and turn. I'm not gonna be walking the floor worrying about if the family don't like me. We don't talk anyway. So what am I losing? You have to understand something. You cannot be afraid to lose family members. Family members, and I always say, you got to take applications. You got to interview family members because now you got to see what they're about. You got to see what their motives are. You got to see why all of a sudden we haven't talked in 5 or 10 years. You come around and say, "Cuz, I love you, and we're going to get through this and all that." Sometimes family you just don't want to be around. It doesn't mean that you hate anybody. It's just that you're getting older and wiser. The closer you get to God, He's going to open up your understanding and let you see how people really roll. You got family members that don't mess with you. You cannot get bitter. You cannot hold no hate. You cannot say, well, I just don't want to be around them. No, there- there's intention it's going to draw that gap between you because you're standing 10 toes down on something or you standing on your piece. I, you know, the thing about it, when you do drama, you, you attract your confusion. Then you run your blood pressure up. Then you having a stroke. So this is what I'm saying. Family members, you have to take with a grain of salt. And sometimes you have to look at them like, I still love you, but I run out around you. And it's not that you got discord with anybody. It's just the fact that sometimes you just don't want to be around that drama. Sometimes you have to look at people without judging, but sometimes you have to just step away and say, you if you're in your 40s and your 50s and your 60s and you still dealing with drama, then there's something wrong with you. You like that confusion. Because you notice when people say, let's see, for example, an alcoholic is not going to hang with a person that's not an alcoholic. An alcoholic is going to hang with people that he can associate with that's doing the same thing he's doing. But yet, you got a person that don't drink. What kind of conversation you're going to have with something that you don't do? And sometimes it's that you have to fight for your peace. Now that all this stuff is going on in the world, you have to literally fight for your peace of mind. I'd rather have a peace of mind than money because at the end, I'm gonna have a sanctuary that where I know that I can go and have peace. And sometimes people don't want you to have peace in your life because this is why they come around you because they want to disturb your peace because they're not happy in their life. That doesn't make them a bad person. It's just that they attract what they are. Sometimes family member can be like uh, a person that always come to you with their problems, but when it's time for you to vent or when it's time for you to like really get stuff off your chest, then you become the bad guy because you're going to vent towards about somebody in the family, or you're going to vent to somebody that's close to you. And you know, some family members they got their own little clique, they got their own little squad, and that's okay. And that doesn't make them more prevalent than you because you're gonna die just like me. And I always tell people, when you die, I don't see no U-Haul behind a funeral. So all I'm saying to you is take your eyes off what family is doing and keep the focus on you. Because family can be a distraction, just like anybody else can be a distraction. But you continue got to fight for your peace, fight for what you want. Because when you start fighting for what you want, it's automatically going to scare the people away from you. It's automatically going to push the people away from you because you're on a different journey in a different path. Because I have a lot of other stuff to talk about, so but I just want to start it off with family, and I'm going to end it with family. But my thing is that I know it's a lot of stuff going on in this world, like with the election. You know, people ask me what's my intake on the election. And my thought on it, I don't care about none of it because either way, if you don't have God in your life, you're gonna suffer anyway because you have to look at it. You know, we got two devils running, and when the last debate happened, neither one of them answered the questions that was asked them. Here it is, you know, black people always jump on the bandwagon when they see somebody black and they stand behind them, but you don't know what the motives of this black person is. And yo, you all did it when Obama ran. You all stood behind him, but he did nothing for you. Every president come and lie to you and say they're gonna do something for the American people. They always say what they're gonna do, but they never accomplish their goal. So the excuse they made for Obama is the white people held his hand. They weren't gonna let laws pass that he wanted to help black people. Okay, now you got another black person. See, this is what I say. They take the American people as stupid. So this is why they keep running the same game on you. Here it is, they got Kamala. Now, I didn't vote for neither one of them. Here's Kamala for all you Kamala bandwagons. You jump on something that has no substance in it. She has no substance in her because she cannot hold a decent conversation. She cannot answer questions without talking about her parents was middle class and she know what it is to struggle. She know no, you don't know. And she's running on her complexion. And what you dumb Negroes do. When she was running for vice president, you went out and got the pearls and the Converse. You all made Converse a lot of money. You went out and got, she had a sorority sister standing behind her. And the question was asked, do you think the economy was better 4 years ago? He could not answer the question. And to me, when a person don't answer the question, they're telling you to go ahead and move on to the next because I'm not going to answer. So all I'm saying is that we don't have no good pickings. We don't have anybody. But they know black people are compassionate. They know black people would stand behind anybody that's black. So even Trump said it. Trump even said that, you know, I don't know what she is. One minute she says she's Indian, one minute she says she's black. I don't care what she's in, but she don't have a plan for the American people. Now, some of y'all would come at me and say, she was the vice president. She don't have no say so. That's a lie. That's what they want you to believe. Now, she goes on her little rant when she's on her campaign saying that, we're going to get America back on track. You already in the White House. So you're telling me you got a man that got dementia in there. So if something happened to him, you automatically becomes president. So you're telling me that you're not in no rooms when this man is coming up with a plan for the American people. You're nowhere around. But yet you're the vice president. You're the second in command. So you're telling me that when this man is sitting in the Oval Office and telling people that this is what he want to do for the American people, not once have you said that you want to help the American people. Now, for example, you got all your sorority peoples around you, and they're going to babyfy you. It's because she's going to be the first black woman to become president of the United States. You don't even recognize that she's black because when she was running for Congress, if you just go do your homework, she said she's the first Indian woman to get in Congress. And if you know your Constitution, you have to be born in the United States to even be in office. People, read your Constitution. You would get it was written by white people and it's for white people. We get that. We understand that. But all I'm telling you is before you jump on a bandwagon, get the full understanding. Because sometimes people will put on sheep clothing, but they are wolf under that clothing. Someone, without babyfying both of them, ask them questions that they need somebody that's that's an everyday citizen. They don't need nobody from the news station. They need people to ask her questions. And when she go on these campaigns, they already is told in the audience, do not yell out questions, do not do this, do not do that, or you will be escorted out. These politicians run game on American people all the time. How is it that America, people are paid into their Social Security, but yet they still tax their Social Security? You already paid into the system. You already put your money in your nest, in your 401, but yet they double tax you. But yet, this is why Congress is not for the people. These are the people that you put in. These are the people that you vote in to guide you and help you in crisis. All I can tell you, you better lean on God. Stop looking at man to come and save you. If you don't have a plan for you and your family, then you deserve to fall. Because sometimes we look for people to be our hero and knowing that ain't nobody coming to save us. Let's look at the black community. Look at us, the black community. All we know how to be prostitutes, money chasers, robbers, and thieves and murderers. But yet they're bringing all these immigrants. Do you understand what they're doing? They are getting tired of you niggas. They're getting tired of it. So what they doing? They open these borders up and allow all these immigrants, give them what they need, give them everything that they need to replace us. They're getting tired of black people. But yet you still gonna have those house niggas. I don't call them house niggas, I call them porch niggas because they're gonna be the ones that gonna dance. You see me, boss? I'm dancing for you hard as I can. Now, some of you Negroes think you're gonna get reparation. You're not gonna get it. It's not coming to you. They would give it to the Holocaust. They would give it to the Japanese people. They would give it to everybody else but black people. Here it is. You got the Black Caucus, all black people. Now, these people are supposed to be for the black people, right? How is it that every time that bill come up, even a Republic came up and said that we constantly bring this bill up, and who always knocks it down? Your own people that got the same skin as you. They already telling you these Negroes don't deserve nothing. Let them suffer. We're gonna bring some other people in to replace them anyway. Why you think that they bring these people in? They not just bringing them because they already know that some black people not voting. See, look at the Democrats. The Democrats want to keep you hostage. They want to give you food stamps. They want to give you all this stuff to keep you in the projects. They want to keep you at a low level. They want to keep you at a place where you won't drown. And the Republicans are not better. But the thing about it is, they tell you that your vote is very important. How is that? But yet, you got the college people that's voting. They already know who they're going to put in that White House. They already know. Do you really think that you're going to vote for Kamala and she's going to get in? First of all, she's a woman. And I don't have anything against women. So I know all you people are coming for me in the comments. You got countries that's strict about women standing up for their rights. You got countries that don't respect women at all. And if she go and talk to these people, do you really think they're gonna respect her? Do you really think they're gonna say, "Welcome, Kamala"? If she cannot give an interview without that dumb smile, and she's next question, you have to understand something. The government don't have your back. The government is not to come and save you. Matter of fact, let's go back when Hurricane Katrina came about. This when Bush was in the White House. Do you think they came? You got people today have not recovered from Hurricane Katrina. And then his mother gets on national TV and say, you better be glad that the government is coming to help you. These people get in these positions and they forget all about the people who put them in it. That's like, for example, you work for a big corporation and you breaking your back, you working overtime, you working 7 days a week, and then you get tired or you get sick one day and the job tell you we gotta let you go. This is what I say. You have to treat your job in this country as a business. Look at Trump. We all know that this man is not a politician. This man is looking at the country as a business. And I'm not saying he's good either. I'm not saying that either. But we have to look at America. How can you let the American people suffer? Like, I mean, I think they got until, I don't know, I think to the end of September or the beginning of October for the government shutdown. All they do is keep kicking the can down that hole because they don't want to deal with it. Because one person got too much pork in it and their friends are not going to benefit from it and they're not going to benefit. Now, do not think that these congressmen and senators are not getting a kickback when they look out for their friends. Prime example, look at Trump. He put these people in position for him for now. The government is not your friend. I don't know why you keep thinking that the government is for you, is in your corner cheering you on. Why do you think the government gonna cheer you on? They steady putting high prices on food. And Kamala said it. She said we're gonna check all these big business for price gouging. You don't think she knew this stuff already? You don't think she know this stuff? How is it you've been in the White House 3.5 years and nothing changed? Since you and Biden been in there, the economy has gotten worse. You go to a store and get a pack of bologna, hot dogs, hot dog buns, and bread, you're gonna pay damn near $15 an hour. I mean $15 just for 4 items. Don't add no juice to it. You're looking at about 25. This is what I'm saying. Make sure that you are okay. Make sure you got a nest egg. Make sure that when the economy and everything fall, make sure that you can sustain yourself from what's about to happen. It's going to get worse. It's not going to get better. The economy is going to get better because the scripture talks about it. And all I'm saying is that you have to make sure that when you're preparing yourself, check on your mental, check on people that you care for. Not saying I'm caring for people that care for me temporary. Ask your children, how is your mental? They carry a lot of burdens too. This is what adults do. And this is what society is not talking about mental health. The government will try to decline you. You try to get benefits, and you telling people you got doctor notes saying that you got mental health, and they still won't help you. You don't think racism is alive? You think it died out in the 60s? No, they just got more wiser with it. And the thing about it is that I'm so afraid me is because that when the police get behind you, and you got a lot of police officers will torture you. They know you already scared when they get pulled back. And you could be a up by the citizen that's doing the right thing. And when the police get behind you, got police that if they see you in a nice car, they're gonna get behind you. You think that the car is stolen. The first thing they walk up to you is, you got any drugs in the car, you got any gun in the car. Like I always say, that You got white police officers in these black communities. They already fear us. And the thing about it is your skin color puts fear in them. And the thing about it is that you could just be a straight up person, but if they see you driving a Mercedes Benz, BMW, Range Rover, they're gonna get behind you, follow you 4 or 5 blocks to see if you're just gonna swerve a little bit so they have a reason to pull you over. This is what I'm saying. These people are now our police officers. Now I'm not saying all police officers are bad, because it's not. They hide behind a badge, they hide behind a bench, they hide the prosecutor, defense, even you get a lawyer that might be undercover racist. He just wants your money. He don't care if you go to jail or not. He just wants your money. You got through they get you through the jobs. Prime example. I know somebody should get a store, but because of their racism and their fear, they would not give them a store. And racism is at its rare form. And the thing about it is, they'll tell you, no, it don't exist. It don't. Yes, it does. This is why you got the government backing these white folks up when they go to court. You go to court with you got a charge. You beat up a white person, and the judge look at you. You look at that person. You know you can get about 5 years. And the thing about it is that the system is not blind. I believe, now this is just my belief, that she has a little slit, little cuts in the back, and the thing she got around her eye, and she can see who's black or white. Because just look at it. The system, if a black person do something, the system is gonna fry them to the max. But a white person do anything, they're gonna say they're having a bad day, or they're gonna put them in a psych ward for a month or two, and then they're gonna let them go. Now, help me help you understand this. Here is John Hinckley shot the president of the United States. If that was a black person, do you think that black person would go in a psych ward? No, he'd be dead. Here, this man shot the president of the United States of America, and this man goes to a psych ward, and he's home. He's home. You jaywalk, they giving you 5 years. This is why I say the system is not for black folks. I keep telling you, stop yelling, I know my rights, I know my rights, I know my rights. No, you don't. The Constitution was written for by white people for white people. This is why Trump is keep getting out all this stuff, because he knows the loopholes. It was created for him and his loopholes. This is why he can still run for president, because he got 34 felonies, but he have not been convicted on neither one of them. Do you think me running for president, I got 34 felonies, and the first thing they're gonna say, why is he running? He's a felon. This should tell you, black people, wake up. Stop killing each other. Stop scamming each other. Stop doing all this wicked stuff to each other, because we need, at a time like this, you need to come together. Because back then, when they was talking, Martin Luther King was talking about bring white and white black people together, that was the biggest mistake that he ever done. When you had Black Wall Street, black people was prospering. I mean, black people was doing their thing. I mean, they was doing it. Even had white people buying their stuff. But you had those racist ones that didn't like the black people getting white people money. So what they do, boom, Black people, we are a powerful race. We just got to understand who we are. We don't see how valuable we are. All we worry about a man that make it 7 or 8 figures can take you out and buy your food and take care of you, pay all your bills. And don't get me wrong. I love my single women that's doing their thing. And there's a lot of them, and I know a lot of them that's doing their thing. But some of women are making it bad for the good women. Because you think a man is making 8 figures want to be with a ghetto trash bag? You think a man is making 8 figures, 9 figures, 10 figures, whatever? Do you think he's gonna be with a chick that got bonnet on her head, uh, out ghetto, all loud? Do you think he's gonna be around somebody like that? No. And then you got the black women running to the white men. They want to save them. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. This is why I say, black people, you are some beautiful people, powerful people, loving people, but you got to love yourself first. If you do not have love for yourself, you're always going to be searching for something to satisfy you. Even if you can have a good woman or a good man in front of you, you still won't know because you're not happy with yourself. And I'm not saying happy with yourself by putting on makeup and putting on dead people hair. I'm not saying that. If you're not happy within self, if you cannot encourage yourself, even if you're having a bad day, still encourage yourself and say, I got this. I'm all right. I am what God made me. If I got big lips, I'm happy because that's the way God made me. Got a big nose, that's the way God made me. You have to be happy with yourself. You will never find love until you find love within self. If there's no understanding who you are, if you don't know yourself, how you gonna be making somebody else happy? How you gonna make somebody else say, you know what, I love this person because this person has been in my corner. Because they love me through my good and my bad, with my snotty nose, my tears, and all that. They seen the worst in me. But yet, you still not loving yourself. This is how I know you hate yourself when you go out and get BBLs, boob jobs, lip jobs, all this done to yourself. That means you hate something about yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with me trying to enhance myself. Ain't why are you not happy? If God made you with no butt, be happy with that. Just be happy with it. God made you with big feet, He made you with big feet. But this is what society tell you. You have to change, conform to their ways. And this is why we in a rut that we in, because we keep conforming to other people's ways. We want acceptance, like we want to be accepted in family. We want to fit in. We want to wear Gucci and all this stuff. But yet you're making somebody else rich who don't even like you, don't even make their clothes for black people. But yet black people are the ones that's spending all this money. In the black community, money do not stay. Just look at the Jews. Just look in your neighborhood and see all the different nationalities that's in your neighborhood. Just look at it. Just look. They own the subways. They own the liquor stores. They own all the little convenience stores. And you support them, black people. But yet you got your own entrepreneurs out here that's doing the same thing that they doing, but you rather go support them. But then when you go to an entrepreneur, you want a discount. What makes you? This is business. This is not that personal. This is business. Black people, you got to stop asking for a discount, a family discount. Pay the price because you're not only supporting a small business, but you helping that small business to help other people in the community. But yet, you see how your government do you? The government tell you these the same people that's running for office still helping the immigrants, and you can't even get approved for disability, or you can't even get approved for food stamps, or you can't even get approved for housing. But yet they give it to the people that don't even come from this country, and they give them everything that you supposed to have. But these the same people that you're voting in. How is it you got the Chinese, Korean, Asians? They got hair salons, they got the nail salons, they got the foot massage, they got all this, and who support them? Black people. And then when a black person come and open a spot, you don't support them. Their price is too high. But but yet you go get your nails done, they charging you $125. But yet you go to a black business, you want a discount. And sometimes you just want to stop dealing with your people. But sometimes they make you sick to your stomach. I don't hate you, but sometimes I don't like you. And I'm just being honest because I love everybody. But how can you love somebody that's constantly telling you they'll support you, but never show up effort? But yet you still see them wearing Polo, Gucci, Prada, Louis, uh, all these other designer stuff. And then you say, "Hmm, because you're not known like these people are, because you want to give the impression that I got it going on. Look what I got on." This is what I'm saying. I don't understand my people. I don't. One thing I say about these youngins, they know what they doing. They know is God of God. They know if they go out here and mess with a white person. They know if they go out here and rob a white person. They know if they go run up in a white person's house. They know they gonna get some time. I don't understand uh, people are not taking accountability for their actions. And this is why I always say that you have to take accountability. You cannot go through this life with not taking accountability for yourself. You just can't, because at the end of the day, you have to hold yourself accountable. And we keep saying these young kids are out of control. Let's look at their parents. If their parents is always in the clubs, smoking weed, having a weed party, having a party at the house, the mama uneducated, the father uneducated, wearing his pants sagging, showing his dirty drawers, got dreads that like it ain't been combed or done in 5 years. Then you got the mama tattoos all over her body, all on her face, her dreads looking like doo doo. How you think this kid's supposed to come out when you got the parents that's not encouraging this child? How you think? You got 12 and 13-year-olds are committing crimes. So where's the parent when you got a kid that's 12 and 13 that's out here 1 to 2 o'clock in the morning? Where's the parents at? See, this is why I say that white folks, they playing that stuff. We only playing day by day. Then we come back and say we got to do what we got to do. And sometimes we as human beings say that sounds foolish. Sometimes people would say that, hey man, I got to do what I got to do. Well, to me, that means you make an excuse for what you want to do. And like I said, moreover, that is getting old. Keep saying you're gonna blame the white man, the white man, the white man doing this, the white man doing that. You got Jews that's doing it too. You never hear nobody talk about the Jews, and the Jews own half of America. They own Montgomery County, Maryland. So all I'm telling you is stop blaming the white man and have an excuse. Stop making excuses for your life. You want to be a bum? Then be a bum by yourself. Do not bring nobody else or do not bring a woman in your life and knowing you can't provide, knowing you can't take care of that woman, and keep your manhood in your pants. You cannot go out and make a child and think that you can take care of this child. You now look at it. You got more single mothers than you got married couples. How is it that that's beat? You got these young kids that's 13, 14, 15, and getting pregnant. Where is the parents while all this is going on? I remember when I was in a management of a store and I heard a woman tell her daughter, if you want a man, you're going to have to wear loose clothes. And the scriptures say, do not prostitute thy daughters. You got mothers out here today, right now, that are prostituting their daughters just to keep that boyfriend in the house, and you know this man is touching your daughter or your son. You got people like that today. I'm talking about right now that's going through that just to keep that man paying the bills in that house. This is why our young kids are rebelling, not because they don't have decent parents. It's just they feel like they don't have no way out. They go to school. They half of them go to school with ragged clothes on. Half of them go to school to get teased. Half of them go to school to get jumped. Half of them go to school and they tired. It's because the mom and daddies are in the streets and they gotta feed their little baby sister or brother. This is the stuff that's going on, and you think the government gonna help you? The government want to keep you at your lowest point. Now, I done told my story more over about when I was locked up. Yeah, but the thing about it is, me, I had to make a way for myself. I cannot say the white man got me locked up. No, I made the decision, what I did, and I had to live with my consequences. There's consequences to everything you do. But it seemed like people are not catching on. Like I was talking to a young lady, and it hurt me to my heart because she was only 16 with two kids, two different baby daddies. It hurt me. So I asked her, I said, where are the baby daddies? She said, yeah, my baby daddy, both of them locked up. So you're 16, gotta raise two kids by yourself. And you supposed to be like, I think when you're 16, you're like in the ninth or 10th grade. So now this youngin got to drop out of school to raise two kids. Now she got to go to the system. The government want to know all your business before they even decline you for food stamp or housing. But yet the immigrants come over here and get approved soon as they walk across the borders. And some people would say, well, Ronnie, they ain't got nothing to do with my kids are grown. But let me tell you how it affects us as a culture. While you are tap dancing for the white man, the black culture is suffering. I mean, suffering. But yet nobody care about their next door neighbor. I mean, when I was coming up, the neighbors had the right to spank their backside. Now, your government took that law away because it's being cruel. You got people, your government care more about animals than you. They would tear, matter of fact, in DC, Bruce Monroe, they tore Bruce Monroe down and made it a dog park. This is your government that's saying that they got your back. They care about you and they love you. These are the same people that are holding you down because you want to continue to make excuses for your life. You constantly make excuses for your life and you see it got you nowhere. You in your 50s and your 60s and still doing the same dumb stuff. Going to clubs, drinking, smoking, partying. What you ain't you getting tired of that? That has to come to an end someday. Because I'm gonna tell you now, your body gonna start shutting down on you. You're gonna start getting high blood pressure because you out here eating in and everything. You're gonna get diabetes. That's gonna slow you down. You're drinking out here, dehydrating your body, putting all that stress on your kidneys and your liver. You gotta remember, youngest, you're not gonna stay young forever. I thought the same thing when I used to tease my uncles. Oh man, you old, you old. Look at me now. Yep, look at me now. Hmm. But I thank God for keeping me through my trials and tribulations. Because let me tell you, that made me stronger. I can't keep blaming people for my mistakes. This is my life. When I meet my Lord and Savior, I'm going to be accountable for what I do. I can't say, well, God, the white man held me down. So this is why I couldn't do what I did. If you know that you're going to start at the finish line with the white man, but you know at the end they're going to change that finish line, just because you see them change the finish, don't stop running. Don't stop. Keep pushing. You're going to get tired. You're going to cry. You're going to fall, but pick yourself right back up. That's the only way you're going to win. But as long as you got God on your side, long as you got some substance in your life, knowing that God can be there with you every step of the way, even when you fall. But yet sometimes we want to give up, make excuses of our life. We cannot continue to make excuses for our life and knowing that we're getting older and older. And by the time you get older, you have no say, no money. You have not got no job to put aside, for your life. So what you gonna do? Become a bum. I had a homeboy that went to school with, um, which I didn't know, and I found out later that he drunk himself to death. Let me tell you something. I thank God I don't have a desire to drink, smoke, or none of that stuff because I see what it do to families. When I was out there in those streets, I didn't realize I was damaging my people. I didn't. I didn't understand. I don't care if you're pregnant or not. As long as you give me my money, I don't care. So this is why I say, and this is why I go hard like I do, is because I feel like I'm a part of that cultures in the 80s. This is why our kids of today are off sync because the mothers were smoking crack while they had the baby in their belly or shooting needles in their arms while they pregnant. This is why I say, if you want something out of life, you got to fight. I mean, you got to fight like it's your last breath in your body because nobody's going to give you nothing. If you waiting for the government to come and save you, you might as well just go in the sunset riding on a roller street because they not coming. You got to save yourself. You got to get accountable for you. You cannot constantly think that you can do this stuff on your own. When you think God is not there, He's there. He's there. And I'm telling you, I'm a living witness at this. God can change if you want change. He's not going to be like, bam, just jump in your life. No, you gotta accept him. Just like you accept the devil. We quick to do the evil deeds, but what about the good deeds? And God said, who gonna stand up for me? We keep saying that we love God, we got faith, we do it, but who's gonna stand up for God? Who? We cannot continue to keep living the way we living. You're gonna get accountable for your life just as well as me and anybody else. But at least I know what's right. I know society is wicked. I know society don't have my best interests at heart. I know society saying that Ronnie, you always bashing gay people. Ronnie, you always bashing people. I'm not bashing because people were quick to have a defense up saying that you always judging. That's not judging. But yet you can have a celebrity come on here, say the same thing I'm saying. The same thing. They will have a million likes, they will have a million followers. But a person like me starts saying this stuff, you're judging. You know, it's sad that in the black culture, we will not let you forget when we do something for you. We would go and tell everybody that we know, yeah, I just gave Ronnie $200. Why is that? Now you want to seem like you did something. I'm telling you, as black folks, I only speak because I'm black. I was born black and I'm going to die black. All I'm saying is that I only speak what I see in my culture. And if you say I'm judging, next. And sometimes, like I said before, family members can make you want to punch them in the face. Family members can really make you want to just shake them like, what is going on with you? But you gotta have peace. You gotta have substance. You gotta have humbleness. Even when people treat you bad, when people scandalize your name, you still gotta love them no matter what. And that's the hardest thing. When you know somebody doing you wrong. Have you ever had people in your life and they just abruptly cut you off? And it's not nothing that you did. It's just that they see in something in you, they need an excuse just to cut you off because they don't like what they see in you because why? They see you're a go-getter, they see you're a hard worker, they see your go, they see that you are somebody that's trying to get to that next level in their life. So they will look for an excuse just to cut you off, and then they go around scandalize your name. This with family, this with friends, this with anybody, this with sandbox friend, anybody. One thing I say with me, I don't hold my tongue for nobody. I'm going to let you know how I feel up front because I'm not going to stress myself out. I'm not going to run my blood pressure up, and I'm not going to kill myself just to make you happy. Mm-mm. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. If you waiting on that to happen, I'm gonna do something the devil gonna do. Leave you alone because it's not never gonna happen. So if you're waiting on it, continue to wait. So this is why I'm telling you, as America, we are in the dumps. We are headed for hell. And let me tell you something. As the American people, we are getting closer and closer and closer to God's return. You know, it just takes me back when Noah was here. He warned the people. There's a flood coming. There's a flood coming. People still doing what they're doing now. Partying, smoking, drinking, orgy parties, and all that until God cracked that sky and let the rain hit the earth. So Before I end this, I want to say, if you love God, stand up for Him. See how your life would be. It would be better than what it is now. You got to keep God as the forefront runner in your life. The Bible is basic instructions before you leave this earth. He said, my word is like a light upon your feet. But yet, we still walk in potholes. Ah, I want to say thank you. Allow me, Ronnie, to come in your ears one more time. Um, I just want to say thank you because I'm going to go back and read the comments. I just want to say I truly thank you guys for coming in. I really, really, really appreciate it. I just want to say before I end this, before I go, get God in your life. Please get God in your life. He spared us so many times when danger came our way. He spared us. And we got to continue to please Him. We can't continue to please man or ourselves. We got to please Him. You got to remember, we need God. He don't need us because He can praise Himself. This, I just want to say, peace be upon you all.